Hey guys, let's talk through the business model for a therapist marketplace. So you're setting up a platform and you're going to connect therapists with people who are looking for therapy. And the reason I did this model is that I had a customer who I built a custom financial model for using Excel before I built the platform. Because it's a relatively niche example, but it's still interesting and it applies to lots of different platforms or marketplaces where you're connecting experts with people who want to pay for them. And in this situation, it's a direct consumer offering because the therapists are providing therapy directly to consumers, but my service or the service we're giving is business to business because the company building the platform is going to be a business and they're selling to businesses as well, which is a therapist. So let's dive in and take a look at the things that make a therapist marketplace a little bit different to other types of businesses. So let's go for a 5-year model. And again, we'll do it in pounds. And okay, so service price and commission rate is how we've done it here. So what we've said is that when somebody gets one session with a therapist, we're saying that they're going to pay £100 per session, which is probably about right for the UK, definitely right for London, potentially a bit low for London. Anyway, a good place to start, and a commission rate is 80%. So the therapist is going to get 80%, and we as the platform who connected them with the patient we're going to get 20%. Cool. So it's a nice simple setup, this one. So let's imagine somebody comes to the platform, they select a therapist from the options, and they do 10 sessions per year. And we're going to start with 0 users, cold start, get to 100 by the end of year 1, 500, yeah. So it's a nice steady growth over the life of the model. So we go 100 to 500, to double to 1,000, 2.5 times, 2.5 times. Okay, so it's kind of steady. The biggest growth is in year 1 from 100 to 500, which, yeah, it's probably about right. Let's just see where we end up with this. 10 sessions per user per year is probably right. 1 a month. Potentially, with therapy, somebody might actually not stagger it or space it out over the year. They might do an intense 3 months where they do 12 sessions, 1 a week, but let's just go with this for now. Okay, so yeah, UK, we are going to charge VAT. No, we won't do VAT. We'll keep it nice and simple here. Let's imagine the therapists from this part of their business aren't making over £80,000, which is it's probably a side hustle. They might be an NHS psychologist, and this is just something they're doing. They haven't set up their own practice, which is why they're using the platform. And we're going to start in the future. We'll start in 2 months' time. We're just doing the model to check that the business is good to go. And financial end of year is March. Okay, so first financial year will only be 1 month, and then it will sort itself out. And the only full-time role is going to be we'll do the CEO and we'll do a CTO. CTO, technical lead. And we're going to be starting really lean on 25 grand salaries, but we're hoping that we're going to start making some good money, and so the increase is going to be much higher. We'll increase 15%. Cool. And when do they start? They start next month, 1 month before we go live. Cool. Great. So annual salary is going to be 50 grand. And office rent, let's imagine this is all going to be online sessions. It's quite a major undertaking to actually set up a practice and have therapy rooms. We're also less likely to make it an online marketplace. We're thinking that this is going to be an online thing, very low cost for us. We don't need rent. We're going to be working from home initially. We're definitely going to need to do marketing, £1,000 a month. That's probably about right, starting now. We'll have some subscriptions, maybe not £500 a month. We'll probably need Zoom or something for all of our therapists to use, and a few other things. Maybe £6,000 is right. And yes, we'll need insurance, £18,000 of operating expenses. Capital expenditure, yes, we're going to have to hire some developers to build the platform initially. So software, and let's say £12,000 on this. No, let's say £20,000 actually. So £20,000 initial outlay that goes out let's imagine it's been ongoing and it's going to happen in the next 2 months. And yeah, so the CTO is going to manage that project and then they'll manage the software. And we've raised, let's say, £150,000 from family and friends. And in the future, if this goes well, yeah, we're going to raise £200,000 in 2 years' time. Cool. So we're going to raise 250 grand, no loans. Great. Let's see what the future holds. Cool. Okay, so we see a steady increase in users as per the assumptions I set. Don't need to ask the AI anything at this stage. We get 88,000 users over the life of the model. Okay, our profit and loss, we're nicely in profit. We can see the EBITDA is positive. Cash flow jumps up as the initial user base grows, then it accelerates. Just 2 employees, yeah. Maybe I should have put some more salaries in, had it growing. That's the total amount of money we raised. Let's look a little bit more into the cash flow. Let's take it to monthly, see what it's doing. Okay, you can see that the number of users is clearly stepping up each time we increase, because there's a major step up there. And so yeah, if we look through our cash flow, we can see that our share capital of 150 grand comes in there. In 2 years' time, we'll see that 200 grand come in. Yeah, perfect. If we try and work out why this jump occurs around January 2028, let's look around that. So our closing cash balance suddenly takes a big jump. Oh, okay, it's the investment raise, that's why. So we're not cash flow positive at the start. We're steadily running out of money, and then we take a big jump up. Then we start to become cash flow positive, so actually I was sort of guessing, but this was quite timely. We get down to 76 grand, but that's over 2 years. The chances that we end up spending more than we thought are quite high, as it generally works with startups. So probably a good way to go. And let's just have a very quick look at the P&L. Cool, just nice and steady in profit. And what sort of profits are we getting here? EBITDA, so we're loss making 60 grand year 1, break even around year 2, 3. Okay, and then steadily getting into profit, 770 grand profit, which is going to mean a chunky tax bill, I think. Yeah, 250 grand. We carry forward the losses. So we don't pay tax the moment we enter profit because you can offset the previous year's losses. But as we can see, really nice basic model. What we can then do is save this, and we could call this scenario A, and we could then make a copy of that and play with some more scenarios. But nice, very easy way to build a financial forecast for a therapist marketplace. Enjoy and let me know how you get on.